everyone, this is Marisa with Sweet Pea Curiosities. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Happy New Year. I hope it's starting off wonderful for you. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I've been working on my Valentine's digitals, and I've just completed kind of a fun project. It's a Valentine's envelope, kind of a folio envelope that I think turned out really cute. I wanted to do a flip through of it. I have included instructions in my digital, but you know, sometimes it's easier to kind of watch somebody put something together. So I thought that's what I would do right now. First of all, here, let me go ahead. I'll just kind of do a flip through of it. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I thought it would be great, you know, for like my grandkids. I thought, oh, you know, I can put some money in there for them. You know, they're kind of, I don't know. They've got so many toys and things. I never know what to get them. And Valentine's, of course, Christmas is over. We've got all that done. And I don't do a lot for Valentine's, but I like to give them, you know, a little something. So I thought this might be fun as far as that goes, but I'll kind of do a little flip through here. I just kind of put a little ribbon with a little heart charm on this one to kind of fold it over. Let me make sure that I'm in view here for you. Yeah, so it's just looks like an envelope. I did put a lot of gold on it. I kind of trimmed it with gold around that, so you'll see. Whoops, you'll see that glue strings on here, but opens up like this. I have a little pocket down here. It does come with a bunch of little different ephemera, but of course you can always use whatever you want to use and however you want to put it in here. There was no rhyme or reason as far as my ephemera or pockets go. Just kind of place them where I wanted to. Opens up like this. And then I've just added pieces. These ones I've just glued down. I didn't make any kind of pockets. Afterwards I thought, oh, I could have put those more closer and did some little pockets on the side, but that's okay. I do have a double pocket here with some of the ephemera. I don't know if you can see that or not. For it. I cut out these little pieces here and put them in there. Then it just flips open again. Here's another pocket here. And I've got some pieces in. Isn't she cute? I put here. You open it here. Nice big pocket, and I've just kind of glued these ones down here. Then you have another flip. And I've got a little pocket here. Yeah, I went crazy with the gold. I love the gold. There. So the gold, if you're interested, I use the liquid leaf. I just get a paintbrush and go around the edges with it. If you're interested in that. And I've got a double pocket here. I forgot to put something in there, but I got a pocket there. And then I have a pocket here. This here is a fussy cut that I put on top of one of the pockets. And this little cute dog here. These are all the fussy cuts. Then you've got two pockets here with some tags. It's very simple. Once you do it, um, it's it's really a simple process. That down there, folds there, 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 and then on the back, I have a flip that comes down here, and then this has an extra pocket. I put some gold on there, of course. Little tags. And then kind of added all my extra ephemera that I didn't use. I just threw into this pocket here. So it comes with a lot of ephemera. Obviously I didn't use it all, but I always like to give a lot so you have choices. But I've just stuck that all into there. But yeah, you could put some money or something else in there, a sweet little note for them or whoever you might be giving it to in there. And so yeah, pretty simple, just sweet. I love Valentine's. So now I'll kind of show you what I did to put it together. So like I said, I've done instructions on each page that you're going to kind of be doing this. What I do recommend is that when you print it, you kind of keep it in the same order that I have, just so it just makes it easier. So this is the first piece that you're going to cut out and use, and then you're going to use that piece, and then you're going to use this piece, and then you're going to use this piece, and so forth. And it just makes it easier just to kind of follow through with the instructions on here. So okay, so let's go ahead and start. And I'm not going to ink, I'm not going to decorate this one. I'm just going to show you what you need to do. So I even thought, well, I won't even pre-cut out anything just so you can really see it in its original format. So yeah, I hope you all had a nice Christmas and New Year's. Ours was it was quiet. In fact, this year, usually when I decorate for Christmas, I go crazy. And all I did this year was my Christmas tree, and that was it. I usually have to start in like October, November because I have so much stuff, and I had so much going on, and I walked out there, I don't know, mid-November, and I looked at all those boxes and I went, nope, not this year. All right, so this is going to be your base, and what I mean by your base, it's going to be this piece that's it back here. Okay, so that's going to be your base. So we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to cut out this piece, and now these pages have some ephemera also on them, so I'll set those aside and then you can come back, but we just want to put it together. Yeah, and then New Year's, well, Christmas Eve, we had our two sons, my son's wife, their little boy, and I'm excited. She's pregnant. They're pregnant again. Another little boy. This is going to be my 5th grandson. Really wanted a granddaughter, but I'm still thrilled. Boys are awesome. But she's due at the end of March. So we're super excited for them, and she's just looking so cute with her bump. And they're doing really well. And so excited about that. Okay, so now I've got that piece. Now I'm going to cut this one out and they're going to be glued together. Okay, so it will say here, on here, I've got it here, but then I also have instructions here, glue to back of B, glue tab, and then it tells you what to do, which I'll show you. So my son, they got married in September, and we went to Cabo for their wedding, which was awesome. But I'm pretty light-skinned, and throughout my years, boy, have I sunburnt and all that. And I mean, I remember when I was a teenager, and stupid as teenagers, I remember us laying out there with baby oil and foil underneath our legs. Oh my gosh, the stupid things that we did. But anyways, while I was there, there was a, so I'm going to set this aside here, and we're going to glue these two together so it makes one of the flaps. But there was a lady that was attending the, for the wedding, and she was a dermatologist, and she looks at my shoulder and she says to me, "You really need to go get that mole checked," which is on my shoulder. Now, it's a mole that I've had all my life. I mean, I used to be like lots of freckles when I was young, and I've got, moles and freckles and whatever else kind of all over. And I was like, oh no, it's fine. I've had it all my life. And she says, no, you really need to go get that checked. Oh my gosh. So it took me about a month. After I came back and made an appointment, it took me about a month to get in. But yep, sure enough, it was melanoma. Scary. Very, 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 very scary. So they had to remove that. He said to me, he took 2 inches deep and 3 inches wide off me, so that was fun. But he told me that if I hadn't got in, I probably would have been doing chemo. So thank God for small miracles that somebody says something to you. So yeah, a little health scare there, but I'm okay. They've checked everything else. I'm good. So that's all right. Okay, so there's that one. That one's folded now, okay? That is going to go up here. But we'll finish off the other two. So now we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to do this one. So yeah, make sure you're wearing sunscreen and all of that. I'm in Oregon, so I think every Oregonian is deficient on vitamin D. And I had gone into my naturopathic and she tested me and I was super low on it, but come to find out that when you're low on vitamin D, you are more susceptible to to melanoma. So yeah, just crazy. But anyways, other than that, we're all good. I love seeing all the Christmas journals this season. Oh my gosh, everybody is so creative. They're all so beautiful. I love Valentine's. I think it's just a fun crafting to do for Valentine's. I've done a couple other digitals as well for Valentine's, but this that I've put out as well, and I'm still working on some more. I've just done a lot of like ephemera ones and things like that, but I gotta work on more of a, I've got a Valentine's tall slim out there that I did last year that's real popular, and I still love it, but I need to do one maybe that's not a tall slim, or that's more for, for a larger junk journal. I don't know. So many different things. Oops. Line that up as best you can. Okay. So that one's going to go, well, this is the top. So this is the top here. So that's going to go like that. This is going to go like this. And you can use any sign that you want. I liked this one. So that's going to go like that. Now we're going to cut this part out. These are the side flaps. Yeah, and then for New Year's, my husband and I, we just went out for dinner. I was home by 7. I made it to 11:30. Sent text to all my kids, said, love you, Happy New Year's. I'm going to bed. My husband, he was already asleep. We did get awakened by fireworks, though, but that's okay. Yeah, it's hard to stay up till midnight anymore. Unless you're doing something, but we were just, my husband was in his room watching his TV. In my room watching my TV. We're boring anymore. Okay, and so this one here, what you're going to do, you're going to fold it. So this is the side pocket. So this is going to be one of your side pockets. All right, let's do this one here. I might do another one of these, more of a in pinks and shabby chic, because I just think they're just a lot of fun. Okay. All right, so now we have our outside pocket, okay? And we're going to take these up. So I forgot, we need to glue this together here. Let's do that. Like I said, I'm just doing this a rough kind of a rough demonstration here, just so you have an idea of how to put this together. Once you do one, it's very, very easy. You know, and I try to do in directions that make sense to me, but sometimes they don't make sense to other people. So that's why I try to do these videos so you have more of a visual. Okay, so those are glued there. All right, so let's see. So this is my bottom base. Now what you want to decide is this here is the part that's going to flap down. Okay, so that's going to be I didn't do that very well. Oh, I've got it in wrong. Shoot. Okay, that's going to be this part here, right? So I want, and you don't have to. If you'd rather have that way, you could do that way, but I liked this way. So that's going to be, you'll see your line here. You're going to glue your base down into that. Just get it right to that line there. And that's your first flap. Now you're going to take this in the same way, depending on what you want on the outside that's going to flip this way. I'm going to do it, I'm just probably going to do it the same way that I have on mine now. Line that up to that. Like that. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do our flaps, and these are the flaps that are going to go in like this. Okay. And we're going to put these to the sides. And we're going to do the same on this one. Like that. Okay, so that's your inside. It's going to look like this right now on the outside. Okay. Then what I like to do, should I have this out? Let me get this here. Now what I want to do is I want to crease my folds so they're easier to fold. Okay. So let's see, let's do this one here. Whoops. On the outside. Let's do that. That folds easier. I also wanted to mention I used my photo mat paper. I didn't use cardstock on this, and I think you could use cardstock, but it might be, I don't know if it'd make it too thick. I just happened to use my my photo mat paper, because you are sticking things together, so that does make it thicker. Oh, not doing very good here. Okay. Bone folder here. Nice and bent. Okay, so that's the inside. That's the inside base there. So we're gonna, now we've created kind of an envelope, okay? Now we're gonna set this aside. And now we're gonna do the base that goes inside here. Oh, sorry, so sorry. This here, this piece here goes to the back of this. And of course, you want to probably ink these before doing any of this. But like I said, okay, so this is the front, so I want to go this way. And then this here is going to attach to the back to hide those tabs, and it also gives some nice support to it. Try to get right to the edges here so it's a little bit more secure. All right. Just go to the back. That. Try to line it up the best you can. All right, so that covers the back part. All right, so that one's done as far as that goes. Now we're going to go for the inside flap, okay? There's that. Throw those away. Okay, now we're going to do the flaps that go on here. So, well, here, I'll cut it out and then I'll show you something here just to make it easier. You know, I'm kind of excited that, like, in a way that the holidays are kind of over, and because I didn't craft a whole lot since summertime. We're gone all the time in summer. Then we're huge college football. We go to Oregon Ducks college football, so that takes a lot of time, and I just didn't get to do a lot. So this time of year, I always feel like I have so much more time. So what I was going to mention is there's some little notches here. I don't know if you can see that do need to be cut. But I fold it first and then I cut those so they're nice and even together. So we're going to put this together like this. Okay. And then I do my little notches. It's basically to make it a rounded edge. Okay. And we are going to glue this together. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to take this one here. We're going to do this one. Okay, and then we're going to take this one here. And then we're going to glue these together. Stuck here. So this one here, again, is going to go here. And then I have this one that's going to go up here. Okay, so those are our top flips. And now we're going to do our side pockets. Need my cooler scissors for this, and then grab these. Gonna have all this little ephemera here. Oops, I'm not cutting very good. Yeah, the bigger scissors works better. So I saw on Instagram, I don't know who it was, but you know, whoops, I forgot a little piece here. You have these little notches here, and usually I use these scissors here, but it never gets a real smooth curve. Somebody says to get these little tiny, I don't know, I think they're like for, you know, you get them in the makeup section. I'm not really sure what you use them for, but they've got kind of a curve to them, and she uses these, and I thought, how brilliant is that? Because it gives you already the nice curve. I already had some, so I was like, oh, I'm going to try this, and it's great. Look at that. How nice that makes it. Much better than when I'm trying to do it more with the others. All right, let's move this out of the way. All right, so this one here is going to be one of the side pockets, and it will have a little pocket insert there. So the first thing you want to do is you want to fold it in half here. Oops. Okay. And we're going to glue that part down. Okay. Now we're going to flip these two little side pieces here inside. Okay. And then we're going to flip it inside this way. Lining up how best you can there. And then we're going to put glue here and glue these down so you have a little pocket. Okay. So that becomes a little pocket there. So that's going to go there, and when it flips, it's going to be like this. See, a little side pocket. Okay, let's do the next one here. Oh. All right. Okay, let's fold this one. Close to there. Let's glue that down. Yeah, I just think this is just a fun, quick little kind of afternoon project. Sometimes it's nice to have a little easier stuff. Let's fold these in. Oops, maybe I should fold this first. Get it centered where I want it. Okay. Do this. All right. There's that. Okay. So there's our little pocket. So we're going to do the same thing as the other one. And we're going to glue these down to this backing. Like that. That. We're going to do our little side pockets. All right, so there's that. So I won't bring out that. Oh, I better do the board. Just makes it a little bit easier. Gets it straighter, yeah, because I was off doing it that way. Way off there. Okay. Now it makes it a little easier to fold these. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to fold that inside. All right, so then we have this one. Then we have this, like this, okay? So let's see here. So now I've got here where I've got pockets that you can put into the inside here. Try to do that while you're here. Oops, getting too much stuff here. Too much trash. Okay, these here. Again, you're just going to fold these in. I'm just going to do one here just to show you. So you can put them in here like this. You know, but like pockets, things like this, you can do wherever you want. There's no rules as far as how you want to decorate this, because this is kind of the decorating part. All right. So you have that. And then there's a second one here that you could put in there, but we're just going to do that. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to flip mine over so I don't forget what I'm doing here myself. Okay. so now we're going to flip over here. And we've got these two pockets that are here on the back, like this, okay? But first, where's my other piece? Oh no, did I not print it out? Uh-oh. Oh no, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm doing it backwards. Forget what I just said. Forget what I just said. This, let's see, that's the top. This now goes on here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now you have this here, and we're going to glue this down inside here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to just try to center it in here. I kind of had a panic there thinking, what am I doing? All right, now we're back on track. Go. All right, try to put a lot of glue on there because it's gonna be used a lot. I just want to make sure I'm centered here. All right, so now we're gonna put this in here. Center it as best you can. All right, that's down like that. All right, so now you have your flaps like this. So they're going like this, and then down. All right. Easy peasy. This is when you're going to start decorating. All right, so now that we have this part down, this is what I was saying about these here. This here is the flap, so I'll show you that. Fold this. Try to get it lined up the best I can here. Okay. I'm going to cut those little round parts. Alright, let me see. That's that. Okay. Alright, so this here is that. And we're going to cut this one out. This is your pocket. Okay, let's fold these in. You're just going to fold these ends pieces here, not this piece here. For now, anyways. Okay. So, oh, did I lie? I lied. I lied. So sorry. This one here you do. Man, I get to the back and I forget what I'm doing. Okay, this one we are. Glad I have my instructions. This here we're going to glue together. Like that. This one here, let's see what's gonna go outside, inside. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to bend, or excuse me, fold this here, like that. So what happens is we're gonna glue I'm going to center it because this becomes the little flap here. Okay, so you could glue this down first, which I think I would do just because it makes it a little bit easier for me anyways. So I'm going to glue this part down. I'm going to put this down like this. All right, so that's down. And then I'm going to take my pocket and I'm just gonna, so that hides that part, I'm gonna glue this down. Stuff on me. Glue. This glue is such a mess to get off of your fingers. But it's my favorite glue is Fabri-Tac. All right, so now we're gonna glue this down here. So it creates our pocket. Make sure it's not impeding on that. All right, there we go. So that becomes your pocket. Now, with mine here, I just decorated it and I left it here. There is, now that I've thrown that, there is another pocket here that if you want, you could use for this part right here, if you wanted another pocket, or even on the outside. I used this one for my pocket on the inside. So you kind of have options if you want. I just decorated this. So it's kind of up to you as far as what you want to do there. Okay. So there is that. Tons of ephemera. There's the extra gift card envelope here, which is in my back pocket. That's this here that I have in the back. But there's tons of ephemera throughout this here. So you've got lots to play with as far as this goes. Here, let me fold it back in here so you can kind of see the two of them together. But there it is. I hope it was easy enough to follow and you kind of understood what I was doing there. I think once you kind of do it, you'll understand. I hope I made it easy enough. Like I said, there are instructions, also, on each little one that I try to hopefully that you can understand them. But anyways, I hope this helps, and I hope you love them as much as I do, and you can, maybe give them as some Valentine gifts to somebody special in your life come Valentine's. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day and a great week. Bye-bye.